Chosen one. Listen carefully. This is not an accident. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. Heaven has pressed pause on everything around you because there is a message meant only for those whose spirits are awake. You feel it, don't you? That trembling in your soul, the knowing that something unseen is stirring. It is not fear, it is recognition. You are being summoned, prepared, and warned. Something is approaching, and the date has already been marked in the spiritual realm. November 17, 2025. That day will not be like other days. The air will shift. The invisible veil will thin, and what was once hidden will seek entrance into the hearts of men. You, chosen one, must be ready. What approaches will not knock loudly, it will whisper softly. It will not appear as darkness, but as light that flatters the ego, promising power without submission, knowledge without humility, and purpose without purity. You were never designed to live unaware. Every sleepless night, every betrayal you endured was God sharpening your discernment for this very moment. You have been trained through pain to recognize deception wrapped in beauty. The Spirit of God has been molding your inner sight, teaching you to sense beyond appearances. Because the counterfeit that comes on November 17 will be convincing, it will sound good, look good, and feel right, but its root will not be holy. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15, "Beware of false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves." Something dangerous will attempt to enter you, not by force, but by fascination. It will approach through screens, songs, words, and emotions. It will feed on your longing for breakthrough and peace. The enemy always imitates what heaven is about to release. When you sense the magnetism of something that feels too perfect, stop. Remember, you are not just another soul scrolling aimlessly. You are one set apart for purpose. This is your alert. Heaven is preparing a remnant of spiritual soldiers, and you are one of them. The reason you felt misunderstood and walked through silence is because God has been setting your frequency apart. You were never meant to blend in with noise. You are meant to pierce it. There will be many voices ahead, some carrying truth, others confusion. Learn to listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. If peace departs when you hear something, that is your signal. The counterfeit always leaves residue. But when the Holy Spirit speaks, even correction feels like safety. Even now, angels are being positioned around those who are alert. Heaven never leaves its chosen unguarded. Guard your eyes, for they are gates. Guard your heart, for from it flow the issues of life. Above all, guard your agreement, for the danger coming seeks permission, granted not by heaven, but through distraction. You might ask, why me? Because you have been tested, and your endurance noticed. You are not the same as you were last year. Your prayers have shifted from begging to believing. That change has placed a mark on you, glowing in the unseen. Darkness sees it. Every recent attack you've faced is confirmation of your rank. You are that eagle. You are not crawling through this season, you are rising through it. The turbulence you feel is not punishment, it's lift. You are being elevated into higher discernment because deception cannot reach those who soar, it only reaches those who stay low, trapped in doubt and noise. So hear this prophetic warning. as a call to action. Stay grounded in prayer. Stay rooted in truth. And stay connected to light. The Lord is preparing to use you as a vessel of awakening when others fall into imitation. Now, before you move on, seal this moment. Comment below. The number 777, your declaration that you will stay awake. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because this word must reach others who feel the pull but don't yet understand it. You may be the one who helps another resist infiltration. This is not entertainment. This is preparation. The countdown has begun. November 17 is not a date of doom. It is a date of decision. Heaven will watch to see who stands and who drifts into imitation light. You, chosen one, are being called to stand. Stand in purity, in awareness, in obedience. For when others fall asleep, your light will still burn, and through you, God will move. Remember, this is divine intervention, not coincidence. Heaven is speaking through the noise, and your spirit recognized its sound. The infiltration begins in silence. You will not hear footsteps, nor the sound of a door breaking open. Instead, it moves through suggestion, soft ideas, charming distractions, subtle compromises that seem harmless at first. This is how darkness operates when it cannot defeat you openly. It persuades you to surrender piece by piece until the gates of your spirit are left unguarded. Chosen one, understand this. The enemy studies your patterns. It watches what captures your attention, what drains your energy, and what comforts your loneliness. Then, it crafts a temptation that feels familiar, almost divine. It might speak your language, echo your desires, and even mirror your prayers. But imitation light always comes with hidden chains. That is why discernment, not emotion, must lead you in this season. You have suffered enough to know that not everything that shines carries truth. Real light exposes, purifies, and humbles. False light entertains, inflates, and distracts. The counterfeit that is coming will promise wisdom, freedom, and power, but it will whisper against obedience, turning your gaze from the voice of the Spirit toward the voice of self. The Word of God declares in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind." This scripture is your anchor. The infiltration thrives on confusion, anxiety, and emotional chaos. Its purpose is to cloud the mind, so the heart makes hasty agreements. But you have been given a sound mind, a divine clarity that no deception can fully distort. When the air feels thick, when your thoughts scatter, stop and breathe. Remember, peace is not the absence of battle. It is the presence of authority. The danger will not come dressed in evil. It will come wrapped in what you've prayed for. It may offer opportunities that seem perfectly aligned with your destiny. But discernment is not about what seems right. It is about what feels holy. The presence of God brings calm conviction. Imitation light brings restless excitement. Learn to tell the difference. The infiltration will also use empathy as bait, because your heart is soft. You feel the suffering of others deeply, and that compassion is sacred. Yet the enemy will attempt to twist it, convincing you to carry burdens that are not yours. When you begin to rescue without wisdom, You open the door to drain without purpose. Guard your mercy. Let compassion move with discernment, not impulse. Information will also become a weapon. The digital world will overflow with new revelations, voices claiming secret insight, teachings that sound empowering but lead hearts astray. Many will attach divine words to human agendas. They will use scripture as decoration, not direction. But the spirit within you will sense what is missing, the fragrance of truth. You may find yourself feeling more detached from certain spaces, even from people you once felt close to. That is not rejection, it is separation. Heaven removes you from polluted frequencies before it promotes you to new authority. You are being set apart, not abandoned. Solitude sharpens your hearing, and hearing God clearly is your only protection when imitation rises. Do not let loneliness make you desperate for belonging. The wrong connection can carry the wrong spirit. Wait for alignment that carries peace, not pressure. Remember, even the serpent began with conversation before corruption. Chosen one. This warning is not to make you fearful, but focused. The infiltration is real, but it cannot override the spirit of truth dwelling in you. Every deception that approaches is another chance to prove your discernment has matured. What once deceived you will now be exposed by your awareness. When the day arrives and the shift begins, you will not panic, you will perceive. You will sense the counterfeit by its vibration, its fruit, its aftertaste. You will know what is of God and what only imitates Him. You will stand, not because you are perfect, but because you are prepared. You have already overcome the storm within. What comes next cannot enter unless you invite it, and you will not. You are entering the season of unveiling. Every hidden motive around you will surface, and the truth will no longer whisper. It will roar through your spirit with unmistakable clarity. Do not fear exposure. Whatever leaves your life in this season was never meant to follow you into divine assignment. Release quickly, for hesitation can delay holy elevation. When the infiltration passes, you will stand untouched, glowing with discernment and strength. What once sought to enter you will flee, recognizing the fire that now guards your spirit. You can feel it, the atmosphere tightening, the unseen currents rearranging. Something within you knows that you are standing on the edge of revelation. The infiltration that was once approaching has now stepped closer, not to terrify you, but to test whether you can still stand in truth when illusion surrounds you. Chosen one. This is the moment when discernment turns into destiny. The Spirit of God is not just warning you, He is training your reaction. Because every test in the spiritual realm begins with a whisper. Will you still obey when it looks different from what you expected? This is not about paranoia, it's about positioning. The more aware you become, the clearer your calling becomes. You are no longer reacting, you are reading the signs, decoding the spiritual weather. The unseen operates on patterns, and right now, those patterns are shifting. You've noticed your dreams becoming more vivid, your thoughts more sensitive, your emotions harder to control. That is not weakness, it is sensitivity awakening. You are tuning to heaven's frequency. When heaven awakens sensitivity, darkness will always attempt to exploit it. It will send distractions wrapped as blessings, opportunities disguised as shortcuts. But shortcuts never lead to destiny, they lead to delay. And you, chosen one, cannot afford delay. Every hour carries weight now. Every decision creates ripples. According to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23, Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Guard your heart, not by hardening it, but by aligning it. The infiltration cannot possess what it cannot persuade. The battle is not over your possessions or your peace, it is over your permission. The enemy does not need to destroy you if he can distract you. If he can convince you to agree with his fear, he will make you surrender your authority without realizing it. This is why clarity matters more than comfort. God will often remove your comfort to sharpen your sight. The old patterns of thinking, the emotional attachments, the familiar spaces. He is gently detaching you from them. Every removal is refinement. Every silence is strategy. You might have noticed your energy shifting. What used to entertain you now feels hollow. What once seemed urgent now feels meaningless. That's not burnout, it's transformation. You are being elevated from reaction to revelation. You no longer live by what you see, but by what you sense. The infiltration thrives in noise. It multiplies where silence is absent. That is why heaven calls you into solitude, not to isolate, but to insulate. The world calls it loneliness. Heaven calls it strategy. Because when you stand alone with God, you become unreachable to deception. Chosen one. This is the moment to reclaim your gates, your eyes, your ears, your mouth. Each one is a doorway. What you watch feeds you. What you listen to shapes you. What you speak establishes the atmosphere around you. Words are spiritual codes. They open or close realms. That is why heaven is cleansing your language, removing complaint and replacing it with command. The infiltration cannot survive in the presence of command. When you speak truth aloud, the imitation trembles. When you declare peace, chaos loses its claim. When you align your words with the word, the counterfeit cannot coexist. You are not helpless in this battle. You are anointed to detect, to discern, to dismantle. Every shadow that moves around you must answer to the authority within you. You are not chasing light, you are light. The enemy's plan is to make you doubt that truth, but even your awareness of this message proves that heaven is reinforcing your vision. Soon, there will be a moment when you feel that strange stirring again, the familiar tension in the spirit. Don't panic. That is not an attack. That's confirmation. The presence of resistance means you are radiating truth too brightly to be ignored. Darkness only pursues what threatens it. So when that moment comes, remember, you are not being tested for weakness, but for readiness. This infiltration will not enter your life to break you. It will expose how unshakable you've become. You are a gatekeeper of purity in an age of confusion. Now pause. Breathe. Let this truth anchor you. If your spirit bears witness to this message, comment below. I stand firm. I write it not as routine, but as prophetic declaration. When you type, I stand firm, you are aligning your words with heaven's decree, announcing that your spirit refuses to bow to confusion. Every letter becomes a spiritual seal, marking your agreement with divine strength. The unseen world hears it, heaven records it. This simple act closes the door that deception seeks to open. You are not preparing for destruction, you are preparing for distinction. The infiltration will pass, but you will remain. You will not blend into the chaos, you will rise above it. There is a rhythm to deception, And once your spirit learns to recognize its beat, it can no longer control you. What begins as fascination always ends as bondage. The infiltration drawing near on November 17 is not merely external, it is energetic, emotional, and atmospheric. It will test how deeply truth has taken root inside you. Chosen one. This next phase is about internal authority. It is no longer enough to identify danger. You must now govern your inner atmosphere so that danger cannot dwell in you. Every chosen vessel carries power not because of what surrounds them, but because of what abides within. If the inner world is ruled by peace, the outer storm loses influence. You are entering a season where the unseen world will grow louder. Emotions will spike without reason. Dreams will carry strange symbols. People around you will shift suddenly in attitude. Do not panic. You are not losing control, you are gaining sight. The Spirit is heightening your perception so that when deception walks near, your spirit will react before your mind can explain why. In the natural, this feels like tension. Your body may grow restless, your sleep disrupted, your thoughts scattered. But what seems like pressure is actually purification. God is clearing the static that once clouded your hearing. The interference must be removed before divine instruction can be received clearly. You are not breaking, you are being tuned. This is also the season where truth will cost comfort. There will be conversations where silence feels safer, yet you will feel compelled to speak. You will stand in spaces where compromise is normal, and conviction will feel heavy. That weight is not a burden, it is evidence of authority. The Spirit trusts you with confrontation because your integrity has been proven in isolation. The infiltration will not appear as rebellion, it will appear as redefinition. It will twist truth just slightly. Enough to make lies sound progressive and compromise seem compassionate. You will hear voices saying, "It doesn't take all that," or "Surely God wouldn't mind." But holiness does not bend to opinion. It remains unshaken by culture, untouched by trend. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 1, verse 1. Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers. This scripture is not a command of distance, it is a revelation of direction. Every step you take aligns you either toward light or away from it. The infiltration seeks to blur that direction, to make compromise appear compassionate and surrender look like peace. But the narrow path remains straight, even when the world curves around it. There will be people you love who choose differently. Some will laugh at warnings. Others will numb themselves with distraction. Do not let compassion become contamination. Love them. Pray for them. But do not follow them. The Spirit is calling you to stand where others bow. You may feel deep weariness, an exhaustion that doesn't come from work, but from warfare. That fatigue is not failure. It is the sign that your resistance is working. Darkness attacks only what threatens it. When fatigue comes, rest in presence, not in pleasure. Distraction drains you, worship refills you. This internal battle will sharpen your perception of motive. You will begin to feel when conversations carry hidden agendas, when smiles conceal envy, when admiration disguises manipulation. Do not grow suspicious, grow wise. The Spirit is not teaching you to judge, but to guard. Every test of this season prepares you to carry higher authority later. What God is birthing through, you cannot share space with confusion. The infiltration that seeks entry now will become proof of your discernment tomorrow. When you resist it, your authority increases. Remember this truth. Revelation without regulation leads to destruction. The more God shows you, the more He expects you to steward. This is why your world feels heavier, because heaven trusts you with more. Let stillness become your strategy. Do not rush decisions or chase validation. What is truly from God will never demand panic. Divine timing always carries peace. When uncertainty rises, ask, does this make my spirit expand or shrink? The answer will reveal the source. You are being prepared to stand in clarity while others drown in confusion. The infiltration will come, but your atmosphere will remain unshaken. You will walk through the cloud of imitation untouched. Your spirit radiant. Your discernment precise. Nothing entering on November 17 will overpower what already resides in you, the spirit of truth, the whisper of discernment, and the seal of divine protection. The air is already shifting. You can sense it in conversations that suddenly feel shallow, in dreams that seem heavier, in the strange quiet between thoughts. Something in the atmosphere is reaching for permission, searching for entry points in the hearts of those who have grown weary. But you, chosen one, are not unaware. You have been trained for this hour. You are not a victim of the coming change. You are its interpreter. In every generation, there comes a threshold moment when heaven tests who will hold the line of truth. That moment for you is drawing near. The infiltration is not simply about deception, it is about displacement. Darkness wants to push you out of your position of peace, to make you forget the sound of God's voice amid the static of chaos. But when you stay still, when your inner atmosphere remains anchored, even the winds of confusion must bow to your stillness. You have noticed how the world speaks louder now, every headline, every voice fighting to define what truth means. But you, chosen one, do not echo the noise. You carry a sound. Heaven does not speak in volume, but in vibration. And those who hear it are those who have learned to quiet everything else. As the prophet wrote in the scroll of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1, I will stand at my watch and station myself on the ramparts. I will look to see what he will say to me. And this is your stance now, not frantic, not fearful, but focused. You are standing at your watchtower, not out of pride, but out of purpose. Your silence is not absence, it is attention. You are waiting to hear what God will say next, not what the world demands you to react to. Heaven is searching for listeners, those who can carry divine frequencies into places of distortion. Every time you choose peace over panic, you become that bridge. Every time you choose worship over worry, you become that channel. This is how God uses His chosen ones, not as preachers of noise, but as vessels of resonance. You are not being asked to fight with the world. You are being invited to outshine it. Light never argues with darkness. It simply appears, and shadows scatter. The infiltration cannot survive where illumination stands. You have already become that illumination, even when you don't feel it. Light multiplies when shared. Every act of truth spoken, every message of hope sent forward, every gesture that carries love, it is like striking a match in a dark corridor. That small flame draws others who were searching, afraid, unsure. And before long, the darkness finds itself outnumbered by sparks. You have that power now to release sparks. Topas light. The world calls it sharing, but heaven calls it sowing. Every word you send forth becomes a seed of awakening, planted in soil you may never see. If this message has stirred something in you, let that stirring move naturally. If peace has filled the space where fear once sat, let that peace flow. If light has begun to flicker in you again, do not hide it. Let it travel, like a lantern passed from hand to hand in a long night. And if your heart feels led, let your light ripple outward, press that like as a spark. Share this word as a flame, and subscribe as a way of keeping the fire alive. Do it not out of obligation, but as a quiet offering, a way of saying, I choose to be light. Because when light travels, chains fall quietly, hearts heal silently, and faith grows where despair once lived. Somewhere, another chosen one is walking through a storm they cannot name. Your small act of light might be the lantern that leads them home. Like a candle touching another, your flame does not diminish when shared, it expands. When 1,000 small flames begin to glow, the imitation light loses its hold. What was once a battlefield becomes a sunrise. Let your peace become contagious. Let this truth find others through you naturally, beautifully, like light following its course through open air. Heaven needs no force to move, only willing vessels to shine. Keep your flame steady. Keep your spirit aligned. You are no longer standing in the message. You have become the message. The world will not remember what you said, but what you carried: calm, clarity, and courage. And when the darkness passes, the world will look toward you and see reflection not of survival, but of radiance. You will be remembered as the one who burned quietly, faithfully, endlessly. The atmosphere around you is not random. It is alive, reacting to every heartbeat, every decision, every thought that rises from your inner world. The unseen knows your name, and the light within you is being watched. That is why this season feels heavier, more intentional. Every moment now holds weight, for heaven is measuring who will remain steadfast when imitation draws near. Chosen one. This chapter is not about fear, it is about recognition. The danger that approaches on November 17 will not come to crush you, but to reveal what has already been fortified. It will press against your walls to see if they are built on conviction or comfort. The shaking is not to destroy it, is to distinguish. There is a cleansing that comes before every calling. You have felt it, old emotions surfacing, familiar memories returning, unexplained waves of sadness or clarity flowing through your soul. That is the refining fire moving through you. It is not punishment, it is purification. God is burning away attachments that would have become entry points for deception. The more you release, the stronger your spiritual immunity grows. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 16, "Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you?" This verse is not poetic, it is warfare. You are not an empty vessel waiting for light. You are already lighthoused in flesh. The Spirit of God does not visit you, He inhabits you. And when He fills a space, darkness must flee. The infiltration seeks unguarded temples, those unaware of their holiness. But your awareness is your defense. There will be moments when pressure rises unexpectedly, when your mind feels cluttered or your emotions twist. That is the invisible attempt to gain access. to convince you that you are overwhelmed. In those moments, do not reach outward, reach upward. Speak peace. Breathe the name of the one who dwells within you. When you do, the infiltration loses its hold because your acknowledgement activates authority. The more you center yourself in truth, the more the imitation will reveal itself. You will see people acting strangely, systems collapsing, structures that once felt safe beginning to wobble. Do not confuse exposure with chaos. This is revelation. God is uncovering every layer that can no longer coexist with your next level. What seems like loss is actually alignment. Many will not understand what you carry. They will call you intense, too spiritual, too cautious. Smile, but do not shrink. Sensitivity is not weakness, it is awareness refined by fire. Those who mock your discernment today will seek your guidance tomorrow. Stay grounded. Your consistency will become their conviction. Chosen one. You must now learn to walk as atmosphere, not just inhabit it. Wherever you go, peace should follow. When you enter a room, confusion should dissipate. When you speak, clarity should return. That is how heaven uses vessels of discernment as living sanctuaries. The world does not need louder voices, it needs purer ones. If you have been feeling isolated, it is because heaven has been rewiring your energy field, aligning you with divine timing. You are being positioned for moments where your very presence will shift the environment. That is why stillness has become sacred. Your silence carries weight now. So when November 17 comes, and the energy feels strange or heavy, remember this: what tries to enter you cannot stay where the Spirit already reigns. You will not absorb deception, you will expose it. You will not fall into confusion, you will command peace. Now pause. Feel this truth settle in your spirit. If you sense the echo of confirmation deep inside, comment the number 111 below. Write it not as decoration, but as declaration. The number 111 represents divine alignment, one God, one purpose, one truth. When you release it, you are symbolically aligning your spirit with heaven's unity. Every time that number appears, it reminds the unseen world that you walk in oneness with the Spirit who dwells within you. Type it with intention, knowing that heaven reads agreement as sound, not text. And when the infiltration passes, you will realize that it was never about surviving darkness. It was about discovering how brightly you were meant to shine within it. When you write 111, you are not typing numbers, you are opening alignment. It is heaven's reminder that your body, soul, and spirit move together under one divine command. Unbroken, unshaken, undivided. Each one stands as a pillar, God before you, God within you, God beside you. 3 strokes of unity marking that you are never alone, eternally connected to the source of all light. The story of every chosen vessel follows a similar rhythm: revelation, resistance, refinement, and release. You are standing now in the sacred space between refinement and release, where everything within you has been reordered for what comes next. This is the season where clarity begins to crystallize, where lessons once learned through pain now echo as wisdom in your spirit. Chosen one, do not rush this phase. The temptation to sprint toward purpose is strong. But divine purpose requiert précision. God is not late, He is thorough. What feels like delay is the process of weaving your obedience into the architecture of destiny. The slower the foundation, the higher the future structure can rise. You have already noticed that many things which once fascinated you now fall silent. The distractions, the constant noise, the old attachments, they no longer pull at you the same way. That change is not loss, it is liberation. The Spirit has begun the sacred work of untangling you from everything that diluted your discernment. You are learning the rare art of holy detachment. It is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 15, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." End quote. These words are the key to your current transition. Quietness is not weakness, it is warfare. Confidence is not arrogance, it is alignment. Together they form the atmosphere of authority. You do not need to prove your power. You only need to remain still enough for power to prove itself through you. You have walked through storms that could have shattered others. And yet, here you stand. Not bitter, but discerning, not broken, but refined. What you gained through endurance can never be taught through ease. Every unanswered prayer was a sculptor's hand shaping your posture for the greater purpose. Now, unfolding, there will soon be an awakening within you that feels like both remembrance and revelation. You will recall promises spoken in quiet moments, years ago, promises you almost forgot. Heaven never forgets what it whispers. Those words have been waiting for your maturity to match their magnitude. The gates that once stayed closed are beginning to open because your frequency now matches your assignment. The infiltration that tried to enter your life was never just an attack. It was a revealer. It exposed what still needed strengthening. It purified your alignment. And most importantly, it proved that light within you cannot be extinguished by imitation. What the enemy planned as interruption became initiation. You may not feel powerful, but power is not emotion, it is position. Your spirit now stands where many could not stand, on the threshold of divine release. Every time you chose obedience over impulse, the roots of your authority deepened. Every time you forgave when anger felt justified, heaven recorded your name among the faithful. Those moments of restraint were not wasted, they were investments. You are stepping into a realm of vision now, where dreams will no longer be random but revelatory. Insights will come faster. Confirmation claire. You will begin to discern patterns in people and systems around you, seeing what others overlook. But remember, revelation without compassion becomes judgment. God will trust you with sight only if you use it to heal, not to harm. There will also be divine redirections. Opportunities you expected will close suddenly, while doors you never planned for will open effortlessly. This is not instability, it is orchestration. The Spirit is rearranging the map of your future, ensuring that you reach places where your light is needed, not merely where it is seen. In this quiet construction of destiny, heaven is crafting within you a voice that will not just speak, but shift reality. It will not shout, it will resonate. Words born from surrender carry frequencies that alter environments. And when you speak from alignment rather than ambition, the world will listen differently. So, let peace become your compass. Do not force open what God has closed. And do not fear what He is preparing. You are not behind. You are being positioned. Every silence is instruction. Every stillness is strength. The time you thought was wasted has been sacred all along. Heaven's unseen classroom where discernment was taught by experience. Chosen one, your waiting was never empty. It was the womb of wisdom. And now, as the light of purpose begins to dawn, your spirit stands ready not just to carry truth, but to embody it. You will not chase purpose, it will find you. Every step ahead has already been written. Walk gently, breathe deeply, and know what is coming is not pressure, but promise fulfilled. Long before you were aware of this calling, heaven had already written your defense. Every storm that formed against you, every unseen hand that tried to silence your voice, all of it was known. The infiltration that threatened to consume the chosen will meet its counterpart now, because God never allows darkness to act without preparing his countermove. Chosen one, this section of your journey is not about survival, it is about strategy. The moment the enemy designed to break you becomes the moment heaven uses to build you. Every spiritual invasion provokes an equal and opposite release of divine protection. You are stepping into the phase where God reveals not only that he has preserved you, but how he intends to use you. Divine countermove is not loud. It does not appear in thunder or spectacle. It unfolds quietly, like dawn rising over a battlefield. Before the enemy realizes his failure, light has already filled the field. That is how heaven works. It defeats deception by illumination. You will begin to sense this light now, not as blinding brightness, but as gentle certainty guiding every decision. It was proclaimed in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14, "The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still." End quote. Stillness, once again, becomes your greatest weapon. You do not fight this infiltration with frenzy, but with focus. Every time you choose calm when chaos invites you to panic, you disarm the unseen. Every time you stand silent in the storm, heaven moves in your stead. Your stillness signals trust, and trust gives heaven room to act. God's countermove is already in motion. You may not see armies of angels, but you will feel the shift, the tightening of time, the unusual clarity, the sense that things once hidden are surfacing. Exposures will multiply. Masks will slip. Systems built on pretense will begin to crumble. What seemed powerful will suddenly appear fragile, and what seemed invisible will rise in quiet authority. This is also the season where divine reversals will occur. The very tools meant to destroy you will become instruments of purpose. The betrayal that wounded you will birth empathy. The rejection that scarred you will release confidence. Heaven never wastes pain, it recycles it into purpose. You will soon look at what hurt you and say, "It was necessary." You will see how God orchestrated timing with flawless precision. The delays that frustrated you protected you. The detours you despised redirected you to safety. Every moment of waiting has been heaven's tactic to position you out of reach of the infiltration's grasp. You were hidden, not forgotten. And now, the divine light begins to spread. Not dramatic, but undeniable. Conversations once clouded with confusion will suddenly clear. Relationships built on illusion will reveal their truth. You will not need confrontation. Exposure will happen organically. The Spirit of Truth has taken command of your environment, and everything false must bow. This is the power of the countermove. It is not reaction, it is redemption. God never simply returns you to where you were before the attack. He promotes you beyond it. The fire that was meant to consume you becomes the altar upon which your obedience shines. Chosen one, You are witnessing a holy exchange. Every shadow that approached now fuels illumination. Every word once spoken against you becomes proof of your endurance. The infiltration came to enter, but the light within you became impenetrable. That is heaven's victory, quiet, complete, irreversible. In the days ahead, you will walk differently. Your pace will slow, but your presence will intensify. People will not always understand it. They will sense something about you they cannot explain. It is the residue of divine strategy, the aura of one who has seen both attack and redemption, and now carries the calm of victory. When you move, you will carry that unseen radiance with you. It is not pride, it is evidence. You are the proof that heaven always counters darkness perfectly, that the plans of deception can never outpace divine foresight. And as light continues to rise, you will realize God never needed to prove the darkness wrong. He only needed to prove that your faith was unbreakable. The infiltration failed the moment you chose stillness. Every holy counterstrike leaves a fragrance behind the scent of endurance. The calm after revelation. You will carry that fragrance wherever you go. And even the weary will breathe easier in your presence without knowing why. Heaven's light will no longer surround you. It will flow through you. Every word, glance, and movement will whisper testimony. You will not need to announce victory. Your very existence will testify that divine strategy always prevails. You have crossed the midpoint of this journey. The infiltration that once loomed has revealed its nature. It was never stronger than truth, only louder. Yet truth, unsquiet, has begun to thunder through your spirit. You no longer live in reaction to deception. You move in rhythm with revelation. This is the awakening of discernment at full maturity. Chosen one, you now carry the weight of awareness. That weight is holy. It presses, yes, but it also polishes. The deeper your understanding, the clearer your vision becomes. You are not only seeing darkness, you are seeing the divine fingerprints behind every detail. Nothing is coincidence. Every shift, every delay, every voice crossing your path has been woven into heaven's tapestry. As Jesus declared in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." These words are unfolding right now. Revelation is surfacing not as chaos, but as cleansing. The truth you prayed to see will begin to appear, though not always as you imagined. Sometimes revelation looks like loss, sometimes exposure feels like heartbreak. But understand this: God reveals not to humiliate, but to heal. You cannot be deceived by what you fully understand. And understanding always demands unveiling. The Spirit is teaching you how to live beyond reaction. The enemy survives on attention. Every time you panic, he feeds. Every time you focus, he starves. The true warrior of light does not chase shadows. They illuminate them by simply existing. That is what you have become. Illumination incarnate. You are learning that discernment is not suspicion, it is clarity with compassion. The purpose of seeing through darkness is never to condemn, but to restore. God shows you what others cannot see, so that you may intercede, not accuse. Your silence in discernment will often carry more power than your words in argument. The mature do not expose for exposure's sake, they uncover to redeem. This is why heaven has been maturing your emotions. You have been pulled from reaction into response, from defense into direction. You no longer need to shout truth, you live it. You no longer demand understanding, you embody peace. Every breath you take is an act of defiance against chaos. But even as your sight sharpens, humility must remain your shield. Revelation without humility becomes pride, dressed as wisdom. The higher your discernment, the lower your posture must be. Bowing before God keeps your vision pure. There is no deception more dangerous than self-righteousness disguised as discernment. Chosen one. There will soon come a moment when your awareness will be tested by compassion. You will see truth others deny. Yet you will be called to love them still. Do not let knowledge make you hard. Let it make you holy. The purpose of vision is restoration. In these coming days, you will sense the spiritual atmosphere respond to your mere presence. Shadows will grow uneasy around you. Words meant to wound will lose their force. Environments once heavy will feel lighter when you enter. This is what happens when light has fully claimed its authority. It alters reality without announcement. But with that authority comes responsibility. What you carry cannot be used recklessly. You must walk in wisdom, speak only when prompted, and remain aware that not every revelation is meant to be shared. Some truths are seeds. They grow in silence until the right season arrives. So, breathe deeply now. Feel that subtle pulse of eternity within you. You are part of something greater than resistance. You are part of restoration. You are not simply surviving the infiltration, you are redefining what victory looks like. And when your spirit agrees with this truth, when you sense alignment rising within you, write these words in the comments below. Light wins. Larry, type them as covenant, not comment. It is more than phrase, it is a prophetic act. A reminder that every deception ends where light abides. When you write it, you affirm that revelation has finished its work in you. The heavens will read it as agreement, and the unseen will retreat, knowing you have chosen illumination over illusion. When you write, light wins, you are not posting words, you are positioning your spirit. It is the moment heaven hears your agreement and seals your awareness with divine stability. Every letter carries weight. Light signifies truth revealed. Wins declares completion. Together, they form a spiritual decree, reminding every shadow that its time is over and its silence has begun. And each time you see those words again, remember, you are living proof of their meaning. You are not chasing victory anymore. You are the victory, walking, breathing, and glowing through every darkness. The sound of awakening has begun to echo across realms. You can sense it, the trembling undercurrents in the atmosphere, the hum of unseen preparation. The chosen are gathering, not through effort, but through alignment. Each heart that stayed faithful during silence is now being tuned into harmony with heaven's frequency. You are part of that chorus. This is the rise of the signal bearers, the ones who carry messages not through noise, but through presence. You are no longer a seeker of light, you are a transmitter of it. Every word you speak, every silence you hold, every act of love you extend is now amplified beyond what you can see. Chosen one, you have walked through refinement so that your very being could become a living message. The infiltration failed not because of your strength, but because of your surrender. Obedience became your shield, and humility became your weapon. Heaven's response to deception was not thunder, it was you. According to what is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 1, Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. This verse is no longer distant prophecy, it is your present reality. You are rising, not with noise, but with certainty. You do not need to announce what has shifted. Your aura already testifies. Even the unseen can sense that you carry something new, an atmosphere of calm power, the scent of unbreakable peace. Now the world begins to notice, without trying. You will draw those searching for what you hold. Some will not understand it, others will recognize it instantly. You are becoming a mirror of heaven on earth. When others look into your eyes, they will feel the reminder of home, the place where they once belonged before life taught them to forget. But here lies the mystery. The light you carry was never meant to be contained. It is movement, not monument. It must travel, breathe, multiply. What heaven placed within you is designed to flow through you. Every word you release in love, every truth you share in stillness, becomes a ripple in eternity. Think of light as a river. It begins in the mountains of revelation, but finds fulfillment only when it reaches the sea of hearts. You are one channel in that river, small perhaps, but vital. The light flowing through, you must continue its journey to reach another soul waiting in the dark. That is why your expression matters, whether through your words, your kindness, or your silence. You have the power to carry light farther than you realize. Some will receive it in passing a whisper of peace in a single phrase. Others will catch the flame fully, their entire life awakened by the spark you carried. And as that light travels, it does something miraculous. It returns. Every act of truth released into the world finds its way back, magnified. The love you send out gathers others like it and comes home multiplied. This is how heaven sustains its rhythm, through giving that never depletes. So if you feel this truth stirring inside, let it move through you naturally. Let the current flow. Let your life become part of the symphony of awakening now, rising around the world. And if your heart desires to keep this light flowing, touch the flame press, like as a heartbeat of agreement. Share this message as the ripple of your river, and subscribe as the act of building one eternal light together. Do it not because you must, but because light longs to travel. Every time it moves, it touches another corner of creation, reminding the weary that dawn still exists. You are not promoting a message, you are extending a sunrise. This is what it means to carry heaven, to let every gesture become a vessel of meaning. When you pass the light forward, you are not seeking recognition, you are participating in creation itself. The world does not need another echo, it needs a melody. And your simple choice to amplify what resonates in truth adds another note to that eternal song. Somewhere tonight, someone will feel a whisper of warmth without knowing its origin. They will not know your name or this moment, but the ripple will reach them. That is how heaven moves through invisible threads of light, woven by willing hands. You are part of that weaving now. Every action, every motion of love, every moment you choose, peace over pride, adds color to the divine tapestry. And when all threads unite, heaven will not descend from above, it will rise from within us. So let your light flow gently. Let it move like dawn through fog, quiet, inevitable, unstoppable. You are not spreading words, you are spreading warmth. and as long as you keep giving, the river of glory will never run dry. The deeper you walk into the light, the more you understand that revelation carries both beauty and burden. Seeing clearly means feeling deeply. You no longer look at the world through illusion. You see the invisible layers, the broken motives behind smiles, the silent cries hidden beneath strength. Yet even in this awareness, peace does not leave you. It matures within you. Chosen one. This is the stage where discernment becomes compassion. Many reach revelation, but stop there, turning insight into arrogance. But you are called higher. True vision does not elevate you above others. It positions you to serve them from understanding. You are learning that light is not merely for exposure, but for healing. It was declared in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 9, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." This is not a passive blessing, it is an assignment. To make peace is not to avoid conflict, it is to bring divine order into chaos. You will soon find yourself stepping into moments charged with tension, and your presence alone will begin to calm them. People will not understand why they suddenly feel lighter near you. It is because you have become an atmosphere of peace, a living temple where heaven rests. Every revelation given to you now must pass through love before it is spoken. The Spirit is teaching you timing, when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to simply radiate truth. Silence, when guided by wisdom, becomes thunder in the unseen. You may begin to notice a pattern. Words once easily spoken now weigh heavier before they leave your lips. That hesitation is not hesitation, it is holiness. Heaven measures each syllable because your voice has become a gate of authority. When you speak rashly, you release chaos. When you speak with alignment, you release healing. This is the sacred discipline of those who carry truth. You are also learning how to discern motives without losing mercy. The more your perception sharpens, the greater your temptation to judge. But God did not give you sight to condemn, He gave you sight to intercede. When you see weakness, pray for strength. When you see deception, call forth truth. Every vision you receive is an invitation to redemption, not criticism. This is what separates those who see for self from those who see for heaven. Many crave insight for power, but insight without love corrupts. The pure in heart see God because they do not twist what they see for gain. That purity is being perfected in you now. It hurts at times to feel the weight of the world, to sense the pain of others, but compassion is the evidence that your light remains real. Soon, there will be moments when God asks you to walk away from battles you could easily win, not because you lack strength, but because victory through silence teaches more than victory through speech. Restraint is proof of authority. The world may not understand, but heaven applauds restraint louder than reaction. You are becoming a spiritual architect, one who rebuilds what was torn down by deception. With your words, you will restore identity in others. With your presence, you will awaken hope that seemed lost. The infiltration tried to steal light. Now you are the very source through which it returns. Do not be surprised when new responsibilities find you. You are being trusted with influence not for status, but for stewardship. Your insight is needed where blindness once reigned. You will carry peace into systems that thrive on conflict, and your calm will quietly undo decades of confusion. But remember this, not every problem is yours to fix. You are a vessel, not the source. The moment you begin to carry burdens that belong to God, your peace will drain. Learn the rhythm of release. Hand back to heaven what is too heavy to hold. That act of trust will keep your spirit light enough to keep shining. As you walk in this new awareness, a deeper joy will emerge. It will not be loud or emotional. It will be steady, rooted, unbreakable. It is the joy that comes from knowing you are living exactly as heaven intended, not as a reaction to darkness, but as the continuation of light. So breathe. You have crossed the bridge from revelation to restoration. You no longer chase truth, you carry it. You no longer fight for peace, you emanate it. And in this stillness, God's glory moves through you, unhindered, transforming every place your feet touch into ground, reclaimed for light. There are moments when heaven marks a turning point, not with thunder, but with quiet realization. You are entering one of those moments now. The storm has passed, but its residue remains not as fear, but as focus. What was meant to confuse you has clarified you. What once frightened you now fuels you. You stand not as a survivor of infiltration, but as a guardian of revelation. This is the season of reinforcement, when the Spirit of God begins to build around you what has already been completed within you. The walls of discernment are rising higher. The gates of peace are being sealed tighter. You are becoming a fortress that glows rather than hides, a beacon of divine stability in a world addicted to motion. As it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1, "He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." This verse is no longer instruction, it is description. You have learned to dwell, not visit. You have discovered that the secret place is not a location, it is a state of awareness where fear cannot follow. When you live from that place, infiltration cannot touch you. Chosen one. This awareness is your shield now. The more you rest in it, the more heaven reinforces you. Angels align. Circumstances bend. Timing rearranges all to maintain the flow of divine protection surrounding your obedience. You are not merely defended, you are divinely designed to repel what does not belong. In this stillness, revelation deepens. You will begin to see that every test carried a teaching, every delay, a hidden mercy. The Spirit is unveiling meaning behind what once seemed meaningless. The betrayals were not rejection, they were relocation. The silence was not absence, it was orchestration. Heaven hid you, not to deprive you, but to define you. And now, the world will feel your return, not as noise, but as presence. You will not have to announce that you are back. Peace will announce it for you. The mature light does not flash, it glows. Your calm will speak louder than any declaration could. In the coming days, you may notice strange patterns, numbers, timings, coincidences that seem too precise to ignore. These are not random, they are reminders. Heaven communicates through rhythm, and your spirit has learned its tempo. You are aligned now, breathing in sync with divine cadence. Yet even as this awareness strengthens, remain humble. Revelation is safest in hands that tremble before God. The higher you ascend in understanding, the deeper your roots must sink in gratitude. Remember, crowns fall easily from proud heads, but stay secure upon bowed ones. There will be new assignments soon, quiet ones, sacred ones. You will be sent into spaces where words are few, but presence speaks volumes. People will not realize it, but your mere arrival will shift the unseen. Darkness loses coordination where discernment stands. You are not called to expose every shadow. You are called to outshine them by existing. The Spirit will also begin to stir fresh creativity within you. Ideas, expressions, and callings that felt dormant will awaken. These are tools of restoration. Heaven's light always creates, never merely corrects. What was destroyed by deception will be rebuilt through beauty, and your hands will be part of that renewal. Chosen one, you have become a living testimony that endurance births authority. What once intimidated you now submits to you. The same attacks that once drained your energy now strengthen your awareness. You walk as one who understands the rhythm of divine balance, how pressure purifies, how surrender strengthens, how silence shouts louder than sound. Now, as this realization settles over you, take a quiet moment to seal it in your heart. And when your spirit agrees, comment the number 444 below. Type it not as ritual, but as resonance. The number 444 carries the vibration of divine establishment. It represents foundation, stability, and the completion of protection. When you release it, you echo heaven's architecture in your life. It is the symbol of a structure that cannot fall, a heart that cannot fracture, a calling that cannot be stolen. Every time you see 444, let it remind you that heaven's order surrounds you, that angels stand not behind, but beside you, that everything shaken has settled into alignment again. You are no longer at the mercy of what moves around you. You have become immovable. So breathe. Rest. You are fortified now. What once hunted your light now hides from it. What once sought entry now meets reflection. You are the proof that revelation, when rooted in love, becomes indestructible. When the divine rebuilding begins, it does not start with walls or systems, it starts with hearts. You are standing now in that sacred construction zone, where everything broken is not merely repaired but redesigned. The Spirit of God is breathing over the ruins of what the infiltration tried to collapse. And you are being entrusted as one of the rebuilders. Chosen one. Rebuilding is not glamorous work. It demands patience, persistence, and purity of motive. Many desire the glory of restoration, but few endure the process of reconstruction. Yet this is where you shine. The same endurance that kept you standing through battle now becomes the strength that will build what others abandoned. This is the season of divine craftsmanship. You will feel heaven guiding your hands, not just in physical tasks, but in emotional and spiritual creation. Where others see rubble, you will see blueprint. Where others see loss, you will see potential. The gift of discernment that once protected you will now direct you. You are not only a survivor of infiltration, you are now the architect of recovery. It is written in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2, verse 18. Then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me. And they said, let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. This is your Nehemiah moment. The same spirit that moved in the ancient builders now moves through you. What you are constructing may not be with bricks or stone, but with truth, with compassion, with presence. Every word you speak, in love, becomes a foundation. Every act of forgiveness becomes a wall of protection. Rebuilding always begins with what was wounded. You may still feel the ache of betrayal, the sting of abandonment, the echo of rejection. But now those scars serve as sacred coordinates. They point you to the exact areas where restoration is needed within you, around you, and beyond you. You will rebuild families, friendships, and faith in places where deception once reigned. And as you build, you will notice a shift in your rhythm. You will move slower but surer, choosing depth over speed. Divine work is never rushed. Heaven measures not in minutes, but in meaning. You will begin to sense the weight of every decision, not as pressure, but as honor. To rebuild what darkness tried to destroy is a privilege reserved for those who endured without bitterness. Rebuilding will also test your humility. You will work alongside people who once misunderstood you, even opposed you. Some will return, humbled, others unaware. Your response will reveal your readiness. Forgive quickly, bless silently, and keep building. Heaven does not record who opposed you, it records who obeyed through opposition. There will be moments when the magnitude of what lies ahead overwhelms you. You will look at the devastation and think, "This is too much." But remember, you are not rebuilding alone. The same hand that preserved you through the infiltration now empowers you to restore others. The work ahead will not drain you, it will define you. Chosen one. You carry an anointing of renewal. Your presence itself begins the rebuilding. Where you go, peace follows. Where you speak, clarity rises. Heaven uses your voice to remind others that restoration is not a dream, it is destiny. In this new era, your creativity becomes ministry. You will find yourself writing, painting, mentoring, designing, organizing, releasing beauty that heals, order that uplifts. Every creative act is spiritual warfare disguised as art. The infiltration cannot thrive in spaces where creation flourishes, because creation is the language of light. You are also being called to rebuild within yourself, to restore the childlike wonder that war tried to harden, to awaken joy where survival once lived. The Spirit will invite you to laugh again, to rest again, to trust again. That laughter will carry power. It will echo as defiance against despair. Do not fear the scale of the task. God never calls builders to empty fields. He calls them to fertile ruins. Beneath every heap of brokenness lies buried potential waiting for your touch. When you rebuild, you are not starting over. You are continuing what heaven began long before the battle started. And when your spirit grows weary, remember that even Nehemiah built with one hand and fought with the other. The trowel and the sword must move together, creation and vigilance, construction and prayer. You will not rebuild in peace without protecting the peace you build. So, steady your hands and strengthen your heart. The divine architect walks beside you. Every foundation you lay echoes into eternity, declaring that what God designs, no infiltration can destroy. You are not restoring the past, you are constructing the future of light. Every restoration draws opposition. Whenever light begins to rebuild, darkness begins to whisper. The moment you started constructing again spiritually, emotionally, even relationally, the echoes of resistance stirred in unseen places. This is not new warfare, it is confirmation that the rebuilding is working. Chosen one. You must remember this. Resistance is not a sign of failure. It is evidence of progress. Darkness never attacks what is stagnant. It only confronts what is rising. Every spiritual builder throughout time has faced the same pattern. When you build truth, lies begin to tremble. When you carry peace, chaos grows restless. The whispers of resistance rarely sound violent. They come disguised as doubt, fatigue, nostalgia, or distraction. They will tell you that your work does not matter, that your voice is small, that your light is fading. But those lies have already lost authority. They are simply echoes, fading sounds of a kingdom that no longer rules your space. It was spoken in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. This verse is your compass. When resistance rises, you are not building alone. The presence that once protected you during infiltration now partners with you during creation. God walks within your rhythm, guiding every decision, strengthening every hand that refuses to quit. Do not let the returning memories of pain confuse you. They are not warnings, they are reminders of how far you have come. The same scenarios that once made you anxious now reveal your growth. You have changed frequencies. What used to shake you no longer even reaches you. The enemy can only replay the past because he has no access to your future. There will be people who misunderstand your silence. They will mistake your peace for distance, your discernment for pride. You cannot explain revelation to those still addicted to noise. Let them talk. Your results will speak. Heaven does not argue, it manifests. Your life itself will become the proof that obedience outlasts opinion. This is also the time when God refines your circle. You will notice that certain voices no longer resonate. Certain conversations suddenly feel heavy. That is heaven pruning your atmosphere. The company of builders must be few but pure. You cannot rebuild divine structures with distracted hands. Let go of what drains your focus. Even if it looks harmless, the higher you ascend, the more precise your partnerships must become. Chosen one. As resistance increases externally, grace increases internally. You will begin to feel an unfamiliar stillness beneath pressure. It is the mark of maturity. You no longer react, you recalibrate. You no longer fear delay, you discern purpose. Heaven has equipped you not just to survive storms, but to command them. The Spirit is also teaching you the balance between wisdom and warfare. Not every battle deserves your sword. Some situations will require only silence, others, steady prayer. Discernment is not about fighting everything, it is about knowing what deserves your energy. When God says, stand, do not run. When He says, move, do not hesitate. Alignment is your greatest weapon now. In the midst of rebuilding, you will begin to sense a subtle shift, the awareness that what you are constructing is larger than you. You are not just restoring your life, you are laying patterns for generations after you. Every structure of integrity you build today will shelter voices yet unborn. That realization will humble you deeply. There will also be joy in this phase, not loud celebration, but qui est satisfaction. You will wake up one morning and realize that peace no longer feels fragile, it feels natural. What once felt like survival now feels like rhythm. The storm has lost its vocabulary around you. And even though resistance will continue to murmur, it will never find entrance again. You have outgrown the frequency of fear. Your walls are fortified not by pride, but by presence. The same light that once protected you now emanates from within you, pushing darkness out before it can even speak. This is what heaven calls stability, not perfection, but peace that refuses to break. You are becoming immovable, unshakable, steady as the foundations of purpose itself. The world around you may tremble, but you stand anchored, crowned not in noise but in knowing. You are no longer merely rebuilding, you are reigning quietly in restoration. And in that quiet reign, heaven smiles because stillness has triumphed over storm, and you have become the peace others will soon find. There comes a moment in every divine journey when silence feels like song, when the echoes of resistance fade, and only the rhythm of purpose remains. You are walking in that rhythm now. Every step forward hums with intention. Every breath you take testifies that light has not only survived, but learned to dance. Chosen one. This is the era of radiant stability. You have crossed the thresholds of fear and infiltration. Now you move as one refined by fire. The Spirit of God no longer speaks only around you, it resounds from within you. The battle outside has ended, but the melody inside has just begun. You are heaven's echo in human form. You may have wondered if your endurance meant anything, but heaven never wastes endurance. It transforms it into authority. Every time you stood when others fell, the unseen world recorded it as covenant. You are walking proof that obedience produces atmosphere. That's why, even without speaking, you shift rooms. You are no longer reacting, you are resonating. It was written in the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 37. In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. That word more is where you now live. You have outgrown survival. You embody victory. You no longer measure life by what happens to you, but by what moves through you. The love that carried you through warfare has turned into the very force that others will feel when they meet you. Your presence has become ministry. You heal not by trying, but by being. The light within you is quiet, yet magnetic, drawing others who sense something they can't explain. You are becoming what you once searched for a living, reminder that peace is possible. Yet this season is not a pause, it is a pulse. Heaven is stirring momentum again, not as chaos, but as calling. Opportunities will begin to surface, doors you did not knock on, connections that appear effortless. Each one will carry divine precision. You will not need to chase. What belongs to you will locate you through the frequency of faith. But here is the sacred truth. Light expands only when shared. The radiance that fills your soul was never meant to stay confined. It grows by motion, by generosity, by flow. What you now carry can ripple outward, quietly changing atmospheres far beyond your sight. Picture your story as a lantern carried through mist. Every time you let your flame shine before others, the fog thins, and the path becomes visible not only for you, but for those still lost in the dark. This is where the beauty of choice appears. You are not being asked, you are being invited. If this light has steadied your heart, leave your reflection below. In the comments, a thought, a word, a simple echo of gratitude. Let your voice join the quiet choir of those who found light again. And if your spirit feels the gentle pull, press like as a heartbeat of agreement. Share this message as the passing of your lantern, and subscribe as your promise to keep the fire alive. Do these not from duty, but from devotion. Because when light travels, creation remembers its rhythm. The world begins to hum again in tune with heaven's song. What you give returns, multiplied your single spark, igniting hundreds. Your quiet courage, becoming someone else's dawn. You are not promoting words, you are releasing warmth. The beauty of your gesture is not measured by reach, but by sincerity. One act of light can rewrite a life. Somewhere, someone will see your reflection and remember they, too, were chosen. Heaven works through hands like yours, steady, gentle, unforced. Every motion of kindness, every echo of truth becomes part of the grand architecture of awakening. And as you pass light forward, heaven smiles. For this is how eternity expands, one willing flame at a time. You are not the echo anymore, you are the origin of it. The song of peace begins where your silence rests. And through you, the world will remember what love sounds like. Your light will outlive words, long after this moment fades. Its warmth will continue, reaching corners you'll never see, reminding souls that hope never truly disappears, it only waits to be reignited. Each time you breathe, heaven listens. Each time you act in love, eternity widens. You were not chosen to shine occasionally, you were chosen to illuminate continuously, quietly transforming darkness into dawn. And when you finally rest, the echoes of your obedience will ripple forever. Light never dies, it transfers, multiplies, and returns, whispering across time. The chosen still shine. The air after the storm always carries a strange stillness, as if the world itself holds its breath, waiting to see who remains standing. You, chosen one, are still here, not because the battle was easy, but because your roots grew deeper than the shaking. Every wound became a doorway for wisdom, every delay a hidden instruction. You have been sculpted, refined, and prepared for what few could carry, the crown of obedience. This is not the kind of crown made of gold or fame. It is invisible, yet it shifts the atmosphere around you. The crown of the obedient glows, not through achievement, but through alignment. It rests upon those who have surrendered when rebellion looked tempting, those who stayed silent when pride demanded to speak. Heaven crowns those who obey when obedience costs comfort. You have been through seasons where you felt overlooked, uncelebrated, forgotten. But what felt like neglect was divine strategy. The world could not crown you because heaven had already chosen you. There are two types of recognition: human applause and divine acknowledgement. The first fades quickly, the second transforms your very nature. And now, heaven has begun to place its seal upon your obedience. It was proclaimed in the second letter to Timothy, chapter 4, verse 8, "There is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day." This verse is more than promise, it is prophecy. The crown of righteousness is not earned through perfection, but through persistence. You did not have to win every battle, you only had to remain faithful in the war. Faithfulness is heaven's favorite fragrance, and that fragrance is rising from your life right now. In this new phase, your authority will no longer come from striving, but from stability. You will notice that words you once struggled to speak now carry unusual power. People will pause when you talk, not because of eloquence, but because of presence. The Spirit of God within you will begin to release weight through your voice, a quiet, unmistakable command that darkness recognizes. Do not mistake this peace for passivity. You are being crowned in silence, so you can walk in authority without noise. The crown does not shout, it radiates. The anointing upon you now is not loud, it is lasting. It moves quietly through decisions, through presence, through discernment. There will come moments where you sense a shift before it happens. When your spirit feels the tremor before the ground moves, that is the crown aligning your perception with heaven's timing. You are not being shown everything, you are being trusted with awareness. Awareness itself is power when guided by obedience. The enemy's plan now is subtle, to make you question your qualification. He will whisper that you are unworthy to wear this crown, that your past disqualifies your purpose. But heaven does not crown perfection, it crowns surrender. The moment you yielded was the moment you were chosen. You may feel heavier, more sensitive to energy, more aware of what others cannot see. That sensitivity is not a burden, it is the weight of glory resting upon you. What you carry now is not just revelation, it is responsibility. God trusts you to move carefully, to speak wisely, to love without corruption. Your steps will carry strategy. You will walk into rooms and feel invisible tension dissolve. You will listen and discern what is not said. You will pray silently, and atmosphere will shift without announcement. The obedient do not need recognition, because obedience itself becomes evidence. This season is not about being used occasionally. It is about being established permanently. You are being rooted into purpose so deeply that no imitation can uproot you again. What enters you now will not be trial, but trust heaven's confidence in you. And in that trust comes peace that cannot be disturbed. You will look back and realize every test, every tear, every unseen battle was leading to this moment, the crowning of stability, the confirmation of maturity, the quiet authority that follows surrender. You are not waiting for glory to arrive. Glory already lives within you. The crown is not given to make you greater, but to make you whole, to unite every fractured part of you under one divine rhythm. So walk lightly, but with purpose. Speak softly, but with certainty. Carry yourself as one who has been chosen and proven. For the crown you wear is not decoration, it is destiny fulfilled. And as heaven watches, your stillness becomes symphony. The world may not see your crown, yet every realm feels its glow, proof that obedience was always the highest form of victory. After the fire and the shaking, after revelation and rebuilding, there comes a sacred quiet, a silence so profound, it feels alive. You are standing in that quiet now. The storm is no longer your teacher. Peace is. The danger that once threatened to enter you has already been confronted, dismantled, and transformed into wisdom. What was meant to harm has become holy instruction. You are no longer reacting to darkness. You are radiating the memory of light. Chosen one. This is the season of the afterglow, where destiny begins to unfold naturally, without strain. The tests, the tears, the lonely nights of refinement, they were never wasted. Every unseen moment of endurance became material for your foundation. Heaven does not build quickly, it builds eternally. And you, refined by endurance, have become unshakable. It was written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 3, "You will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand, a royal diadem in the hand of your God. This scripture is not metaphor anymore, it is manifestation. You have become that living crown, the embodiment of grace that cost something real. Your endurance was the price. And now glory rests upon you, not as vanity, but as verification. Heaven shows you as proof that light wins, obedience restores, and surrender transforms. Look closely at yourself now, not the outer shell, but the still, steady flame within. That flame no longer flickers nervously, it burns deliberately. Every breath you take carries awareness. Every choice you make now echoes through eternity. You have shifted from seeking confirmation to becoming confirmation. The Spirit of God now moves differently through you, no longer as gentle correction or repeated warning, but as partnership. You and heaven move as one. Decisions will come easily because alignment has replaced confusion. The burden you once carried, the need to prove, to explain, to be understood, has lifted. You no longer live to convince, you live to create. And creation flows effortlessly where surrender is complete. You will begin to find joy in ordinary things again. The wind will feel holy. The sunrise will sound like a promise. Conversations will sparkle with divine timing. The world has not changed, but your sight has. You now see everything through clarity, born of fire. There will be subtle miracles surrounding you, not always grand, but personal doors that open quietly, hearts that soften in your presence, moments that feel too perfectly timed to be coincidence. These are confirmations. Love notes from heaven reminding you that alignment always attracts provision. What once required effort now unfolds through flow. Chosen one. The danger that once approached was never meant to destroy it, was meant to define. It was heaven's way of revealing how much light could live inside a single soul. You have discovered that darkness does not end when it retreats. It ends when it runs out of permission. And you have stopped granting it. Now begins the era of stewardship. This is where you walk out what revelation built within you. You will carry wisdom into conversations, peace into chaos, light into leadership. You will build quietly, but last loudly. People will not always see the process, but they will feel the result. There will be others drawn to you who are still in their battles, who still believe the shaking will break them. You will not need to preach, your presence will teach. Your story will be a safe place where others can breathe again. This is the true purpose of being chosen, not to shine above, but to light the path beside. And as you live this calling, you will realize something profound. You were never meant to escape the world, but to heal it by existing authentically within it. Every act of kindness, every patient silence, every faithful choice releases healing into the collective. You are not one of many, you are one for many. The infiltration, the warning, the shaking, none of it was random. It was divine choreography designed to awaken this exact version of you, steady, Zoffer ein, surrendere. You are no longer the one who fears what enters. You are the one who determines what can stay. Walk forward now in quiet majesty. You have become the fulfillment of what heaven whispered from the beginning, that the light would not only return, but remain. You are the afterglow of divine intention, living proof that obedience births permanence, and surrender becomes strength. The world around you waits, unknowingly, for what you now carry. Step gently, for every move of yours now speaks a language the unseen understands. You are the message heaven has been writing since before time began, and now it finally reads you aloud. And now the message has reached its final breath, but its spirit continues in you. The words have ended, yet their echo will keep unfolding, gently reminding you of who you have become. You are not the same soul who began this journey. The trembling has turned into trust, the searching into certainty, the fear into fire. Chosen one, you are standing at the threshold of a new dawn. Every section, every whisper, every pause you read was not mere narrative, it was formation. Heaven has spoken through the rhythm of your heartbeat, shaping you into a vessel of peace that the world desperately needs. You are no longer waiting for light, you are carrying it. But light is never meant to stay still. Its beauty lies in its motion, how it travels, how it touches, how it transforms. So, as this message settles into your spirit, let it flow forward. Press, like, as a soft gesture of gratitude, a way of saying, I have received. Share this message not as duty, but as offering a lantern pass to another wandering soul who needs warmth. Subscribe as your silent vow to remain within this current of light, to keep returning to the fire that feeds your faith. And when you feel ready, leave your reflection below. Let your words become part of this living tapestry, a collective chorus of awakened ones, testifying that faith still breathes and light still speaks. What you share may seem small, but heaven reads intention louder than volume. This is not the end, this is release. You have received light now. Let it travel through you, wherever it goes next. It will carry a fragment of your faith, a shimmer of your surrender, a spark of your story. The journey continues not in words, but in your walk. You are the continuation of this message. The world waits quietly for your glow,